win a championship. That's what we set out to do.
You go out here and take something that belongs to you. You go take what belongs to you.
We got no business being in the playoffs until we earn our way to get in the playoffs.
The teams that are maybe in the top 10 or so have been on a playoff for a month that everybody in the country is watching.
I just want to be victorious.
Oklahoma State win a conference championship if you score. And perhaps the CFP. Jackson trying to turn the corner, and he did not get there.
Ritter to the end zone, and they score it.
Why is this team deserving of playing in a college football playoff?
They've done everything they've been asked to do.
Touchdown, Alabama!
The Dogs were derailed
and could never catch their breath and could never catch up.
You guys gave us a lot of really positive rat poison, but the rat poison that you put out there this week was yummy.
Edwards fires, he's got a wide open man. Touchdown, Michigan!
It's the best group of guys. I want to thank all the great Michigan faithful. Go Blue!
Call this timing because look, Jim Harbaugh's biggest supporter is here now. Good morning, Paul Finebaum. Like we talk about this every year, but it is now actually happening. We've got Harbaugh, we've got Michigan in the playoff, but a title run would mean likely going through Georgia, Alabama, or potentially both. So how does that Michigan team stack up?
I would never rule out this team again, Nicole. This has been an extraordinary journey for Michigan and Jim Harbaugh. And I think they'll end up playing Georgia in the first round game, and I think they stack up pretty well. We don't know what Georgia is going to look like after yesterday and really what the quarterback situation will be. But as far as Michigan is concerned, they have proven everyone wrong, especially people like me who did not think they could get to this point. But I genuinely believe that Jim Harbaugh has done the best coaching job in the country. I would vote for him today as National Coach of the Year, and I think the momentum from last night in Indianapolis will carry them potentially pretty far in this tournament.
Guys, there's so much in that answer that we need to clip off and keep for later. Just like anything for I'll never doubt them again. He's Coach of the Year. We'll just keep it for later. We also have Cincinnati likely making history as the first non-Power 5 to make the college football playoff. So what does this now mean going forward for schools outside the Power 5?
It means everything for this reason. We are not going to get a college football playoff expansion in the near future. We thought we would have it in 2 years, but after this group has continued to push the can down, we aren't going to see it for 4 or 5 years. So Cincinnati proves that you can do it, and I think it makes it easier for the next school to come around, which won't be Cincinnati in a couple of years, because remember, they're going to the Big 12. But for the Central Floridas of the world and others who have tried to get in and simply couldn't, this is a momentous day when we hear their name in the top 4 a couple of hours from now.
We've also been waiting for a Heisman moment this season. It has been so close, but we sort of got one in Bryce Young, 421 yards, 4 total touchdowns against that previously untouchable Georgia defense. So how do you put that performance in perspective for Bryce Young?
It was masterful. A week before, he had a Heisman moment, but he didn't have a Heisman game. I mean, this was absolutely a Rembrandt on the canvas for Bryce Young. I don't want to upset my bosses who are going to be promoting the Heisman Awards next week, but it's a non-starter. This thing's over. Bryce Young has won the Heisman Trophy. There will be some debate who else sits with him on the front row in New York. But when all of us start sending in our ballots today, Bryce Young will be at the top of most of the list. So he's won the Heisman Trophy.
We do have more on his odds and how they've changed over the last couple of weeks. That's coming up a little bit later. Young, though, trying to become the first Alabama quarterback to win the award, and it just looks like he might. Thanks, Paul. So how do they all stack up?
Thank you.
Will know today the exclusive reveal of the college football playoff matchups for the Cotton Bowl and Orange Bowl.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Identity theft is not a joke. Spencer Sanders incomplete. Did throw 4 picks. At least that one found the ground. So now 4th and goal from the 1. 30 seconds to go. Out wide is Jackson. 19 carries, 31 yards. He needed 32. He didn't get it. It was Jared McVay who ran him out. He said, I saw him with the ball. I said, I've got to run this guy down. That's what he said. Here's how it was described.
4th down and goal from the 1. Hand up. Running left, trying to get to the corner. He didn't get there. He did not get there. He stopped short. He is stopped short of the goal line. Bears hold the Cowboys out of the end zone.
Shotgun formation, takes the ball, hands it off. Jackson running left side, trying to turn the corner, diving toward the end zone. Did he get in? They say he did not. The Baylor defense holds at the 1-inch line.
It is the third Big 12 title for Baylor, the first for that man, Dave Aranda, 21-16. The Bears are champs.
Oh, you like fantastic finishes, do you? How about this one? FCS Championship, second round, Kennesaw State, East Tennessee State. Tyler Rydell, the pass to Will Huzzy. Oh, I should tell you, East Tennessee State was down 31-17. It's now 31-24, so what are we going to do? Onside kick, it's coming. And Tyler Keltner's kick, it's going to bounce around. But it's going to eventually land with the correct team, at least his correct team. East Tennessee State recovers, and head coach Randy Sanders said, we had the momentum. They also had the ball. And with 34 seconds to go, Rydell to Quay Holmes. It's a 4-yard touchdown. Buccaneers down 1. What do? You go for the win. Rydell's pass to Nate Adkins. It's good. The 2-point conversion is good too. And Rydell had 2 touchdowns in the final 88 seconds. East Tennessee State University, they win 32-31.
Had one in basketball as well. Hampton University down 2. It's Russell Dean. Russell Dean, can't see the line, can you, Russ? That's the game winner. What? Somehow Dean got that off double team, off balance, sort of a heave, and it went. My word, yeah. You deserve it. Here's your treat. Here's how it sounded.
They've got 6 seconds. Haskett Jr. has to find somewhere. 1, the shot, the miracle. Oh!
Yes, 58-57.
Victory!
As Dean is your hero.
We had 3 great ones in the NHL, all of them in overtime. Lightnings and Bruin with the game tied at 2. Steven Stamkos, his 10th career overtime goal that's tied for the most in franchise history. That is how the Lightning beat the Bruins 3-2. How about the Red Wings and the Islanders? Well, that happens too. Moritz Seider with the win there for Detroit 4-3. And then Brady Tkachuk, the 4th career overtime goal. The Senators beat the Avalanche 6-5.
All right, fantastic finishes there, and perhaps a fantastic finish in more than, one way in Pittsburgh. This is Ben Roethlisberger's last season with the Steelers. That, according to ESPN's Adam Schefter, who says Big Ben has privately said so to former teammates and to some within the organization. Steelers do still have playoff aspirations, but for now, there are at least 5 regular season games left in his Hall of Fame career. 2 of them against rival Baltimore. 1 of them today. Sal Palantonio starting our SportsCenter huddle now with the beginning of this Big Ben farewell tour.
Last Sunday night, the Ravens defense did a pretty good job of stopping the rushing attack of the Cleveland Browns and daring Baker Mayfield to beat them, and he couldn't do it. In this game against Pittsburgh, the Ravens D has a much tougher challenge. Stop the number 1 rookie running back, Najee Harris, and then smother Ben Roethlisberger and that short to intermediate passing game, and then hope that Lamar Jackson doesn't throw 4 picks like he did on Sunday night. Lamar Jackson said, I played like a rookie, and he knows he can't give the ball away to the Steelers or the Ravens will go home a loser. No excuses, he said. I've got to go out there and play Lamar ball.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won 2 straight games since their shocking loss to Washington 3 weeks ago. I asked defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh what the team learned from that Washington game, and he said, never underestimate your opponents. He said, sometimes you need reminders like that. We needed one. Unfortunately, we had to take a loss instead of just a close scare to get it. He said, but elite teams bounce back and find ways to win. We will learn a lot about ourselves the way we come out against Atlanta. Suh told me the focus this year is very different from this time last year. He said this time last year they were trying to dig out of an early hole. Right now they have their eyes set on winning the division, a goal they did not accomplish even last year in their Super Bowl season.
The showdown between Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow will take center stage in Cincinnati. But Bengals running back Joe Mixon, he deserves plenty of attention himself because he makes Burrow's game that much better. Mixon did a lot of trash talking and end zone flexing last week against Pittsburgh, rushing for a career-high 165 yards and 2 scores. And the Chargers expect to hear lots of chirping if Mixon runs free on Sunday. When I asked Chargers safety Derwin James about him, he told me, look, that's Joe. He talks smack all the time, so you can't let him get in